It takes a village to raise a child. Sometimes it takes a global village to save one.
This couldn't have come about without a partnership.
Medicines are for the people.
This has been one of the most vivid demonstrations of corporate generosity.
The poorest people in the world who could not afford.
They were almost all blind.
We now have the weapon, and the weapon is
A
Mectism.
free drug is a great start, but it's not.
We can't reach some
rebel lines, you've got conflict lines.
It's clear to the partners that they need each other.
And when you see the impact firsthand,
No one should go blind from onchocerciasis from now on, and nobody will.
this is really powerful stuff.
Surtout quand je vois tous ces enfants.
Now we see all these children who are running and going to school. Certain they are not going to be blind from onchocerciasis. This is really a source of hope.
A common black fly from Africa. A soil sample from a Japanese golf course. The World Health Organization in Geneva, Switzerland. The World Bank in Washington, D.C. Scientists in Merck Research Laboratories, New Jersey labs. National governments, their ministers of health, and numerous non-governmental agencies, and thousands of local community healthcare workers and at-risk communities in 35 countries on 3 continents. These are just a few of the people, places, and things that give shape to the drama of human river blindness and the local, regional, and international partnerships that have arisen to combat it.
There is a saying in the village, losing one's sight is like losing life.
C'était en 1993.
It was in 1993 when I arrived here the first time.
Ça m'a fait un choc.
I was shocked.
Le chef du
The
village,
chief was blind.
l'imam,
The spiritual leader was blind. Practically all the people above 40 years of age were all blind.
et plus, c'était tout ça.
There's a boy of 13, 14, working alone in the fields. And I asked why he was alone in the fields, and his response was, no one else can see.
We live unfortunately in a society of survival. And these are the people who can no longer work in the fields. They can't take care of their families. They can't participate in social activities in the village. These are people who are excluded. Imagine sitting down with many people around. You can't even recognize them. You can't even shake their hand. It is really shameful.
We are cultivators, farmers. When you cultivate, this is how you feed yourself.
They become totally non-productive. And to be led around by a younger person as their eyes, which also causes problems.
Onchocerciasis, also known as river blindness, afflicts 18 million people in Africa, Latin America, and Yemen. The disease is caused by a parasitic worm. The worm is transmitted through the bite of a small black fly that breeds near swift-flowing rivers. Some people are bitten up to 10,000 times a day. The worm lives and matures under the skin of the victim and gives birth to millions and millions of offspring called microfilaria. The movement of the microfilaria throughout the body causes the initial symptoms of the disease.
Ferocious itching. Sometimes people are even using rocks to scratch themselves. It's the itching that affects their daily life and their sleep. And slowly but surely, all the scratching ends up destroying or reducing the quality of their skin.
But ultimately, the worst symptoms of the disease are the loss of vision as the forms affect the eye. And the gradual loss of vision can result in irreversible blindness.
With water we live, without water we die. But unfortunately, the fast-moving river water not only gives life to the land, but it also serves as a breeding ground for the black fly.
The river means everything to us, everything. It is where we take water. It is where we do fishing. If there is water here, it is because of this river.
The fly breeds only in rapidly flowing streams, and the people have learned to get away from that fly. So they've moved out of the rich bottomlands and moved up on this erodible and infertile hillsides.
The little that you can get from the fertile lands is taken away because you have the fear of the disease. So they move to these semi-desert, semi-arid areas where they cannot make ends meet.
In the mid-1970s, the World Bank, WHO, and 11 African countries came together to create the onchocerciasis control program. The goal was to break oncho's cycle of transmission by eliminating the black fly.
In 1974, there were no usable medications in mass distribution, so the strategy was to fight against the fly. And this treatment was using specific larvicides by helicopter, by plane.
This strategy proved to be very effective, and through the efforts of the OCP, the disease was virtually eliminated as a public health problem in the targeted West African countries.
But there is a problem with larvicide, specifically resistance. When you encounter resistance, the larvicide can no longer be effective.
A soil sample from a golf course and the scientists at Merck Research Laboratories provided the breakthrough. In 1975, while evaluating over 100,000 soil samples, one sample in particular led Merck & Company researchers to the discovery of a highly active antiparasitic agent called ivermectin. Under the name Mectizan, it was cleared for use in humans in 1987 for the treatment of onchocerciasis. The arrival of Mectizan brought real help and hope to the countless victims of this dreaded disease.
Before the treatment with Mectizan began, I had a lot of problems. My eyes hurt day and night. I was tearing. There were days that I couldn't even go into the kitchen to prepare food. I was afraid to become blind because I was afraid that my husband would divorce me. Since I began treatment with Mectizan, my eyes have become normal. The tears have stopped. I thank God and I thank this medication. And if today I can still see, it is because of this medication.
One of the most remarkable things about Mectizan is that you only have to take it once a year. This annual dosing, combined with general tolerability and minimal follow-up requirements, truly make this tiny tablet nothing short of spectacular.
If you can prevent blindness by giving it only once a year, I mean, this is truly a miracle drug.
We visited a community leader. He was told that here are the people that bring Mectizan to your community, and he welcomed us by saying that he who brings Mectizan brings life to the community.
Quite often they're so eager to get the treatment that you couldn't get a newspaper between two people. Their bodies are pressed together like cards in a deck. And you see a woman that's been blind And she's got 2 or 3 children around her whom she has borne but never seen. She knows what they feel like, but she doesn't know what they look like. And just to have her realize that those kids will never be blind like she is something that's hard to forget.
It's been said that when faced with a great challenge, you must do the thing that you think you cannot do. In 1987, Merck faced this great challenge. The people that needed Mectizan the most were the ones least able to afford the medication. Through the leadership of then Merck chairman, Dr. Roy Vagelos, Merck decided to donate Mectizan for as long as needed to help treat and control river blindness.
We define our role primarily as discovering breakthrough drugs, but also we take on the responsibility of helping people gain access to the benefits of this breakthrough research.
But helping people gain access to medicine does not begin and end with a free drug.
One of the important points here is the tenacity of Merck to want to give this away. And they said, if we give it away free, would you figure out a way to distribute it? And my first question was, how long will you give it free? And they said, we've decided to give it free for river blindness forever. And our response was, that's long enough, and of course we'll do it.
Zacchaeus is at the end of the road. Sometimes there's no road.
We're talking about the underprivileged, communities that are inaccessible, communities in the war-torn areas.
We have displaced populations, refugees. We have to look for them to treat them.
It became very clear, I think in a very short period of time, that this was a project that had such dimensions that it was impossible that any one organization or Merck could do it on their own. And so that really started us on the path of developing partnerships with the World Health Organization, the World Bank, and non-governmental organizations.
These partnerships have played a critical role in funding, distribution, and education. Each partner is a vital link in the complicated process of getting the medicine from a factory in France to ports in Africa, Latin America, and Yemen, to the isolated rural villages, and then in educating the villagers about the real causes of ONCO and the benefits of the medication. At the village level, these tasks have become the mission of healthcare workers and community-based distributors. These residents of the rural villages have taken responsibility for the program, opening the door for the creation of over 60,000 sustainable, community-managed drug distribution programs.
It is necessary that everyone take the medication. If some people take the medication and others don't, the disease will never leave the village. Even if you are away from the village, when you return, the distributors will find you and give you the medication.
When a community is given the authority to decide on who should distribute the drug for them, when they should take it, and how they should take it, you're empowering them, and you're getting them also to come in partnership with the health system.
One of the most important benefits of the Mectizan donation program has been its positive effect on healthcare infrastructure. The Mectizan donation program is playing an important role in the development of a primary healthcare network that can help provide basic services to the underserved rural communities.
Some villages and communities, that was the only time that they came in contact with any semblance of health service.
Now, with these community-based distributors, we are seeing a real integration of all health care services at the community level.
In Central African Republic, for example, they are now in charge of distributing vitamin A. Most of them help to identify children to be immunized. Most of them help identifying cataract patients.
So these are just some good examples of how working in coalitions, building up a delivery system, allows access to even better health care overall.
I think Mectizan has shown the power of coalitions. The last few years, this has been going to 25 million people. And that may not mean much to most people, but reaching 25 million people in Africa in a year is no small thing.
I think Merck has set a standard of the highest possible quality. It's been one of the most remarkable and exciting and inspiring partnerships that I have ever witnessed.
The Bambara say that if people help you, it is because you have helped yourself as well.
When I see now that children are protected from blindness, it really makes me joyful. It really gives me hope.
All that I know is that because of this medication, I am not blind.
No one should go blind from onchocerciasis from now on, and nobody will.
All the people who have left the village have come back. It's like night and day. I can say that it has served something positive. It has brought health to the village, and it has brought knowledge and understanding between us all.